God damn it, Max, I told you not to type.
Sorry, notes.
Told you not to fucking type, you fucking jabroni. Alright, so we are back, and we're back to planning the plan. Or have we figured it out yet? In our break
I think
time?
we pretty much figured it out.
The plan has been partially planned.
Okay, what's the plan?
We have a beginning of a plan.
We have a
essentially.
plan to
What's the
get
plan?
enough information to finish the plan.
Okay, that's fair. So what's the plan right now?
Send in the cat.
Okay, Cat, you
As a
are.
scout.
Are you
Yeah,
Send in
going?
the cat.
Are you going
We're
in,
ha-
Cat?
We're having the cat.
I
do
am going
recon.
in.
Okay, what are you doing?
Going up the
Alright,
stairs.
I'm going to try to sneak up the stairs.
All right. It's not really upstairs. More like just a slope.
Well, he's gonna sneak up the stairs, and then he's gonna go down the stairs, then he's going up the stairs, then he's going down the stairs, then he's going up the sideways stairs.
Okay, so you go up the slope, and you can see that there's a hole dug into what looks like a stone foundation. It appears to be chipped off, like a hole chipped up, and you can see. You can assume you're inside the statue currently when you climb up there, because it seems that the walls are made of the same material and they're curved very strangely for traditional walls. In there, you see what appears to be a small storeroom of a bunch of non-perishable food and a couple crates of what you assume to be Gnomeblight, as well as a couple gnomes sleeping in a couple sleeping bags up in there.
Okay, real quickly out of character for a minute.
So,
When we got to the statue, I almost brought up the fact that one of the times we were interrogating the gnome, he said in the statue.
Yeah. So we're looking. It's probably in there.
It's
probably
literally in the statue.
Yeah, didn't we just determine we are probably in the statue?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what's in? So where's the crates? Are there crates in there?
yeah, the two of the crates are in there. The rest of them are back on the ground floor with the gnome doing all the notes and the two that are out of their minds.
And did you say there were any gnomes or anything in there?
Yeah, there are two gnomes sleeping currently.
Okay.
And the place is currently devoid of any Gnomeblight bottles.
Seth, can you investigate if these gnomes are unconscious or high or anything?
I'm assuming the ones that are asleep up in the statue are unconscious.
But are they high? Are they sleeping off the drugs, man?
I mean, there's no light bottles around here.
Shit. Well, I guess just get back and let us know what the fuck you saw.
Well, does it look like the crates have been opened?
They look untampered.
Okay.
They look completely sound like they haven't even been opened.
Okay, so I think the plan now should be make sure we just neutralize Grandpa before he wakes up the guys that are upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to, because otherwise, they're all going to be alerted to our presence.
Does anyone have like a silence or something?
Oh, you know what? I do. I have silence. I have that spell.
Fuck.
I'd say use it.
Uh,
Yeah, if we
how
silence
did
them,
I not think about that?
Yeah, but like, which would be better? Like, do we need to spend the spell, or can we just go upstairs, sneak around the guy who's high and busy, take out the guys who aren't high, and then take out the guy who is?
Okay, so for the
think
duration, no
silence is fun.
sound in or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. A creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there. So you could cast it to
We could
block
just-
off the
You don't stop him from
I-
talking. You just stop the other gnomes
so-
from hearing him.
what? So it prevents sound from passing through it.
Exactly.
So, how big of an opening is there to the area where the two gnomes are sleeping? Like, what is the smallest area?
I'm gonna say that the grandpa gnome and the two gnomes that are out of their minds are a good like 30 feet apart.
I'm gonna ask here.
Mhm.
How big is the tunnel up to the other two gnomes?
It's not
Yeah.
very wide. It's gnome size.
Okay, so we might actually want to pull these
So-
guys down here.
Well, so the area that goes from the room with two sleeping ones has a small corridor. That's what you just said?
Mm-hmm. The corridor leading up to the two sleeping gnomes is just a small gnome-sized corridor. Two of them are out of their minds, about 30 feet away from the old man, and the old man is busily working and not really paying attention to much.
So we could take 3 gnomes for sure. We've taken 6.
Yeah, so-
and if I get on the tunnel, then the other ones will not wake up because
They can't hear anything going on outside
the
of the sphere.
sounds of us fighting can tunnel.
Hey,
Does that
Yeah,
make
but-
sense to everyone?
But it might still
Evan, you were
transfer through
sounding
the
really
stone.
slow and robotic there for a moment. I think it's better, but just
Yeah.
fair warning.
The voice connected thing is really good. So, did
You're
everyone
sounding
get what I
really weird
said?
to
Or do I
me.
have to repeat anything?
I think I got what you said. You're just sounding really weird to me. I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
weird here and
This
there, but it's fine.
is acting off.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm thinking cast silence in a place that would, I sort of inside the tunnel.
It would isolate the
So
two areas,
that-
essentially.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe the guys
So
that are
you'll-
downstairs will hear us, but not the guys upstairs.
yeah, we could deal
Alright,
with them as 2 separate groups.
That sounds like a fair plan.
Hmm. Okay, so but we want to try and go for as much non-lethal damage as possible because like we don't know their story.
Right.
Like we're not here to like fucking murder everybody. We're here to like deal with the drug problem.
Right, but it's still useful to deal with them
To
as few
divide
at a
and
time.
conquer, yeah.
Yeah.
So I say rogue sneak in, go for stealth surprise knockout on the one guy who's conscious. See if we can't tie up the guys who are super doped out. And then undo the silence. Head.
It says up to 10 minutes and range 120 feet.
Okay,
so
so
I assume that
Is
I
it
need to get some.
concentration?
Yeah.
So it might be
What does
best
that
for you
mean?
to maybe hang in the back so that nobody smacks you and ends the silence.
Okay. So I pretty much just need. I assume that I need line of sight to where I'm casting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you
I
need to
did-
crawl in.
Okay, so so pretty much I'll crawl in after Thomas and Richard. At
are you okay?
You okay? Then?
You cut out.
oh
Yeah,
damn, I
you
just
are
cut
you
out.
are dead.
They got him.
So I,
Got him! Oh god, I got him!
Got him.
so basically, I assume what's gonna happen. Tell us this. We're gonna, and then Richard and Thomas will go in, and then I will follow and block off the tunnel with silence.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
I'm not sure how it is for everyone else, but you're sounding really slow and robotic.
Yeah.
I keep getting the at the bottom it says voice connected. Oh,
Yeah, it has
I
like
probably
3
sound like
bars.
shit right now.
Disconnect and
Am I
reconnect.
better? Yeah, I'll try that.
Speak. Speak, my angel of discord.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he might be having the same problem now.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Technical difficulties strike again.
Evan,
No.
restart your Discord. Evan?
Send him type something up.
I just did.
Did he died?
I think they got him. They got him.
Oh man, it's kind of like when you say candle.
What?
You just get out.
Yeah, you just cut out the tail end of the...
No, I know that was the joke.
Oh. God. Oh, I got played.
The joke. Whew, right over our heads.
It's the whole candle jack thing.
Oh,
Oh,
Hey,
oh,
I heard an Evan.
oh,
Oh.
okay. Is this any better at the moment?
That's a bit
Not
better.
really, but at least we can hear you.
But yeah, when you told me that you couldn't hear me, it hadn't even connected me.
Oh, okay.
Ah, so you couldn't hear us saying that we couldn't hear you.
No,
That makes sense.
I did close and reopen Discord.
Okay, so,
So,
you gonna go through the plan?
have you guys heard me enough to know what the plan is?
You're casting
so-
silence in the tunnel between
Rogues are
the two
sneaking in.
rooms.
You come in after us, cast silence on the tunnel. We go for a stealth knockout on the one who's awake and aware.
Yeah, and then presumably the other two after that.
Or, just try to tie them up or somehow
Yeah.
otherwise incapacitate them.
Like the ones who are
Yeah.
just so high that they're in their own little worlds, we could probably just tie them up and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just tie them to each other, and then they won't know what to do with themselves.
Alright, so Richard going first then?
Alrighty.
Alrighty, roll a stealth check if you would, please.
Oh shit.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
you're fine. And then Tom. Sventhel.
Svendel.
The elf.
My name is Svendel.
My name is Svendel. I'm an elf. I believe he is an elf. Is he an elf?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a-
yeah, I'm an elf.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
I'm a Norwegian elf.
It's,
Alright,
it's such
I
a
should probably
strange
type the roll.
saying when you think about it.
Alright,
Like, you ever really think about it? Like, it's real strange.
Have you ever
Like-
heard of
Have you ever heard of
Asians?
the town?
You ever hear of Asians?
for God's sake, stay on the roads.
alright, got a 50.
50, yeah.
Island.
So,
And then I
as you-
assume I have to roll stealth since I'm going in after them? Or...
correct.
Okay. Plus stealth is under dex. Oh,
Uh-oh.
So, the Birdman attempts to sneak in, but you rustle some loose stones under you, and the old man
Shit.
turns around and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Silence the tunnel.
Okay,
He hasn't seen the rogue or the cat.
Are you here to help me?
Silence the tunnel. Do it.
How
Yes,
far
you're-
away from the tunnel is he?
He's like a good, I'm gonna say 20 feet.
Yeah, so
Okay,
just
then, yeah.
silence the tunnel and then
What,
Yeah.
what-
Will I have to roll to silence the tunnel? To
nothing.
level-
You just cast it.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
you
What-
just cast silence, and then the tunnel area that you pointed at is now silenced. Anybody who's
All
passing
right.
through that is going to be deafened and everything.
The old man looks
Okay.
to you and says, are you here for the Gnomeblight?
okay, quick question. Does he
Sort
know
of.
that the two of us are there?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Sneak him.
Well, if you ain't here for the Gnomeblight, what are you here for? You here to help me?
Help you with what?
Do you not see the walls? My masterpiece. I finally pieced it all together. Come.
Knock him out. Do it.
I guess until you guys decide to do something, I'm going along with this.
I mean, we could see some of the stuff he made. That could be.
We can see it after he's not high.
Yeah, but we won't understand it. At least now.
Unless
If he's not high, he probably won't understand it either.
If he's high, we're not going to understand him anyway.
Just play along for a little bit. So long as he doesn't break your concentration, we'll be fine.
He runs over you and grabs you by your arm and eagerly tugs at you toward the wall like an overexcited child. He says, and he points to all the mad scribblings on the wall, which are written in very good penmanship, you must say. And he says, I finally figured it out. All these years, the new bailiff, the ceremony in a week, I finally got it all out. The new moon, breath in the glass, man, breath on the glass. You get me?
Did you say it was going to be a full moon?
Yeah. Did I say new moon?
You said new moon there.
He did.
Sorry, I meant to say full moon. Full moon, man, breath on the glass. Breath on the glass.
What do you mean breath on the glass?
A new age of terror, affliction to us, man, breath on the glass.
I don't follow.
How can you not get it, man? It's so clear. Look at it. And he points to the wall of scribblings. Make an intelligence roll.
So, yeah, I was about to say.
Okay.
And as you're looking at it, he shoves another wad of Gnomeblight up his nose and... Oh.
Right, so
It's probably not healthy at all.
I can help you out. I have a pretty high intelligence too.
Well, you're not in there, though.
raw
No, I'm
intelligence, though?
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, it's gonna be your intelligence plus any intelligence modifier.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say you get a +2 bonus because you're a bookworm.
Okay. Anything for history? Because I have proficiency in
no,
history.
because this is not historical at all.
Okay. So +3 then.
This is like seeing a steam engine for the first time. And your entire frame of reference is early medieval period.
So 11.
So you study the wall of his scribblings, and most of it is just flat out doesn't make sense. But the one thing you do glean from it is that in about now you know this from just being in the area, but in about a week is Walter II, the 12-year-old retainer for the kingdom. In about a week is the 13th anniversary of both his father's death and his crowning day. And you know there's supposed to be a big ceremony for it. And you know what? That's in about a week.
Yeah.
And what's this thing got to do with that?
That's what you don't know. But all you can glean is that whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen on that day.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Well, I guess time to knock him out now.
I finally said, "Oh man, they told me I was crazy. They kicked me off the guard force and brought in that new bootlicking bailiff. But I won't be fooled. Fink bottom will not bottom my fink. No, I got that wrong. Can you help me out here?
Maybe
You
try to
won't
see
think
if you
you're
can get
bottom?
any
Ah,
out of
that's
it.
it. That's it.
Hey Thomas, are you able to sap him?
Good question.
Yeah, you'll be able to sneak behind him and knock him out easily if you wanted to. He's completely absorbed in his conspiracy theory right now.
All right, do we want to do that now?
Yes, do it.
All right.
now.
Move to knock him out.
And as he's about to start his next sentence, you just hear a large whoosh,
Whoomp.
and the elderly gnome falls unconscious to the ground.
Oh wow.
He's an old
Wait.
man. What do you expect?
I don't know. I like expected a fight or something. I'm kind of like,
I expected him to suddenly reveal that he's actually
Yeah, it's a
an
little-
elder god.
he's
A
been
little
like,
anticlimactic.
I was
He's been, like,
expecting at
working
least
out
a
for
dice
5
roll.
Oh man, I hit an elderly man in the back of the head and he fell down. Why did I not expect this?
Because usually the elderly men in fantasy stories are all powerful wizards, or they turn out to be mega monks, or I don't
We're
know.
expecting like some Yoda shit or something.
But no, this is fine. This works out perfectly fine.
You're expecting Yoda, but you're getting Grandpa Cletus.
expecting like a week-long battle like the end or some shit, and I got like, oh, just reset the console. It's fine.
No, like you're expecting like a week-long battle like the end, right? And then all you got instead is you managed to like bypass it somehow. You just like got the end before he goes into the battle area.
Oh yeah, because you could just blow him up while he's sitting in the wheelchair on the docks.
Yeah, you just kind of blew him up on the docks.
Never remember how to do that.
So,
Anyway.
All right. So he's knocked out.
all right, I guess it's time to do the same thing upstairs, except this time the crow doesn't
no,
go.
we
Well, we
still
still
got
have the two.
Still,
Stone
yeah, there's
ones.
still the two ones that are.
Well, the rest of us can just tie him up.
I
Yeah,
think
but we
I have
to
rope.
do that.
I have rope too.
I have rope.
We all have rope.
I have rope.
I have explosives.
Let's
You have
blow
rope,
up the
though.
rope to get more rope.
Yeah, the very
We'll
important
make-
question
we'll
is:
cut
does anyone have a
rope.
lead
one
pipe?
bird.
We'll
Who-
cut the rope into little pieces so that we can unravel it into string, and then the string will become more rope.
Who would
No,
win?
then
100.
becomes a really long fuse for the bombs.
A really long fuse. It'll take about a week.
Who would win? 100 U.S. Navy SEALs or a stick? You defeat the stick, it breaks in half. It's now 2 sticks. Stick win every time.
Wasn't it like 1,000 lions or the sun?
No, it's 1 gajillion lions versus the
gajillion.
sun. Who would win?
The
I mean, that's a
lions.
lot of lions.
That's a lot of
That's a
lions.
lot
I
of
think the gajillion lions might actually fuck with the mass of the sun.
Just a ball of
They- well, they-
lions.
A ball? No, the lions like make the sun get
All of
filled with like all
Lions is
these.
a good band name.
A ball of lions.
I thought every nearby planet would just start
Okay.
smelling of burning hair.
Okay, I'm gonna start keeping track of all of the band names that we come up with. what was the one from the last one? That was really good.
You got me, dude.
I forgot that
that's-
we came up with a
that's-
band name last
That's
time.
why we need to keep track of them.
Well, that's your job now.
Alright, so the
All
elderly
right,
one
I'm
was
on
knocked
it.
out.
I got it.
The two that were out of their minds kind of lift their head up a little bit. It's like, one looks to his side. Hey, Harry. I think the old dude just got knocked out. The other one looks at him. Do you really care? That one looks down. Lies back down.
Do they even look down like the tunnel the whole way, or is it just like
No.
they're just like thinking about it? Like, do we hear this?
You hear their little conversation like,
Oh, I guess the silence doesn't work.
oh wait, you're in the tunnel?
Well, no, the tunnel is silenced so that the
No,
sound
sorry,
doesn't
the-
travel through it.
No,
they're
not the two
they're
sleeping
in the room
ones.
with us.
The two that were drugged out of their minds with the old man.
Oh, okay. They don't
Yeah,
care.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, they
They're the
Yeah,
ones talking.
They're in the room with us.
Yeah, the two sleeping ones are still sleeping. Yeah, so what are you doing with the two sleeping ones?
Probably
for
do nothing
now,
at this point.
for now, I feel like we should do something about the not sleeping ones before we deal with the sleeping ones. I don't think it's really going to take much to deal with these guys. So, does anybody have any thoughts?
Well, do we want to bring in any of the other party members?
I
I am
mean-
the smallest of the ones
At
outside.
this point, we heard them say that they're aware that the elder got knocked out. So,
But they're drugged and don't give a shit.
yeah, but that also means that we don't need to hide the fact that there's invaders, because they clearly don't give a shit.
Yeah, we'll just like fucking all climb in, I guess, and then
Yeah, we'll just yell out, you guys can come in.
You're going last though, Max, because you got stuck last time.
Yeah, but
the
wait,
code-
hold on. Won't I need help in case I get stuck from the back?
I'll go
Yeah,
in
I'll try.
first.
I'll try shoving him through with my paddle again. I'll go last.
All right.
We'll burn that bridge when we
Kinky.
come to it.
So okay, I guess it's Kirch first, then me. Do I have to roll again?
No, you're fine. You only rolled last time because you made it a little bit difficult. You're like, what if I have to roll? Okay, roll.
Would it be funny if I had to roll for it? Okay, fine, roll for it.
Oh shit!
Wait, what was that roll for?
But then it was hilarious.
It was.
It was.
It was. We wasted like 3 candles though.
No, it was only
What?
two.
What was that roll for?
There is no roll.
Oh, why did Evan roll then?
Why did Evan roll?
Intelligence roll to understand conspiracy theory.
Oh, that was it. Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought that was new for some reason.
No.
You just roll like right after that. Rolled again. So, I guess we fucking come in and we all crawl on in and
Yep, y'all crawl in. It's a little hovel. There are two
All right.
dwarves, not dwarves, two gnomes drugged out of their mind, just kind of giggling to each other occasionally.
two dwarf gnomes. They're small by gnome standards.
Yeah, they're short by gnome standards.
They have gnome dwarfism.
They're like 2 feet tall.
They're even stubbier.
And they both appear to be working on something on parchment. You can't really tell what it is.
Can I roll perception?
You can. It'd be more intelligence, honestly.
I'll roll intelligence then.
Alright, roll intelligence.
Can I roll intelligence?
You certainly can.
Yeah, sure. I'll join the party too.
Only 2, please.
Okay, fine.
This is
You
just
can
to keep,
watch.
This is just to keep things a little bit more streamlined, so we don't have 10 people rolling for the same thing every time.
But that's the best.
Matt, you
Wait,
shut
let's
your
all
hole.
roll. Let's
Do
all
you not
roll
remember
intelligence.
swashbuckling? Where like 15 people were rolling at once? Wasn't that great?
I only did 1 session of swashbuckling, if you'll remember.
Well, it's so hard to remember.
It
Can we-
is.
Can we roll? Can we all just roll to see if we get this fucking madness? Because that'd be hilarious. Like, what if like?
Does
What
it
if, like,
count do? Hold on a second.
Okay, what are you trying to decipher? Are you trying to decipher the parchment on the wall or the parchment that the gnomes are currently working on?
The
parchment
parchment on the wall?
I'll
Yeah.
do the wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
I got it. I know what that is.
It
He
makes
knows
no sense
exactly
to me.
Matt, you look at this. You look at everything on the wall, and for an instant you catch a whiff of Gnomeblight in the air, and suddenly your eyes grow wide and everything makes sense. My God, it all makes sense. The breath in the wall. You finally know what it is. It's, and the high's gone.
Oh.
Wait, so even with a nat
Let's
20, you
give
don't actually
Cat-
find out?
No. But if you take a full hit of, you feel like if you take a full hit of Gnomeblight, you might be able to decipher it.
don't do it.
Cat.
This seems
Don't
like a
do
bad
it.
idea.
It's not worth it.
Cat.
I clutch my Gnomeblight that I paid for away from Kirch.
Can I sleight of hand his Gnomeblight?
No, because I'm holding it up above the ground. You're a cat. You can't fucking get up there.
I'm
Cats
not-
do
Can I
that.
roll acrobatics first?
You would have to roll acrobatics and sneak to shimmy your way up his body undetected.
Go
You have
for
to
it.
climb up the chainmail. Like he sticks his claws in the holes of the chainmail.
And he has to do it stealthily.
So would it be a would it be
It'd
Would
be
it be-
acrobatics and then stealth versus your perception.
Okay, so first he's got to do acrobatics to see if he gets
Yeah,
up
so
there.
first let him roll, then you roll, Max.
Well, first he's got to do the acrobatics, then he rolls for
Acrobatics?
stealth, then I roll for perception. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh no.
Oh my god.
I don't think you need to roll.
Oh,
You gotta...
No, he's got to roll the stealth.
No, I'm
to
saying
make sure-
I don't think Max needs to roll to defend on that.
holy god.
For context, Richard got a nat 20
Okay.
with plus 11.
Okay, so now for stealth.
31.
Okay, now
He is soaring through the air.
you just jump onto him. You just simply cat leap onto him. But now Max, now
gotta
roll
roll
perception.
Oh god! I don't notice what he's doing at all.
You
How
got
is this-
no idea.
Yeah, so you successfully take a vial of Gnomeblight.
Wait, I need to do the sleight of hand. Is everyone else seeing this?
You should have been a cat burglar.
I have not seen. I don't notice at all. He leaps on top of my head, and I just don't fucking feel it.
I just get a sleight of hand.
You're just such a big bastard. You just don't feel him.
He climbs up my back.
No!
Wait, I gotta roll dex, don't I?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be Dex, because you don't know he's doing it, so he just fails to grab it, so you do notice it.
How bad does he fail at grabbing it? Like, what does he do?
He realizes he doesn't have opposable thumbs as he grabs the vial. It falls and shatters.
Ground? Does it just fall on the ground?
It just falls on the ground and shatters.
And then I turn, and I see this cat on fucking top of me.
Gnomes.
The gnomes perk up at the sound of the glass shatter. Like, who broke the gnome blade? Who did it? Who did it? I'll fucking gut him.
All right, I'm
Okay,
gonna tie
so-
them up before anything else happens.
Alright, so while he's doing that, I'm going to start looking at the Gnomeblight and trying to make sense of this.
Wouldn't it already be in the air though?
Is it light? Is there enough
To-
in
to
the
get-
air to?
No, there's not enough in the air to get the full effect. If you want the full effect, you have to take the full dose.
But is there enough of an effect for him to understand what the fuck he's looking at?
Not for long enough, no.
Shit.
So it's worthless.
You can take the stuff that's on the ground and take it,
Yeah, it was
and that would give you enough time to decipher it.
Yeah, it was gonna
But that would
start-
also come with the possibility of getting addicted to Gnomeblight.
Well, I'm not gonna do that. 'Cause I've seen how addiction works in other games, Max.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm lapping up the Gnomeblight.
why the
Alrighty.
fuck are you like looking at me like it's my fault? Like that Joe threatened me at gunpoint to make me quit.
Oh, I always remembered it was like your decision, but like you could have just gone against it. I still was like, well, now that I've made this character addicted to drugs, I'm going to wean him off.
because Joe had like a fucking sit down, and then he was like, first of all, I'm concerned about you. Second of all, if you don't quit, I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
Different Joe, by the way, not this one.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
for clarification,
Joe Hattery,
I was not involved in this.
different Joe,
The
big
Hatmeister.
boy Joe. And so he sat me down. I was
Joe's last name.
I won't be able
Shit.
to. No, I don't have an editing program.
You don't.
fuck.
I don't.
I mean, if you hand it to me, I could.
I'm sorry.
There are
Bastard.
free editing programs out there that aren't complete shit.
We'll figure something out, but for now, back to the Gnomeblight.
Honestly, I don't really think Joe gives a shit.
I really don't think Joe cares.
Just don't do it again, Max, or I'll fucking whip you.
Just don't say anyone's
What?
full
And
name
it
again,
won't be
alright?
enjoyable for you.
So should I not say any of our full names, such as
You can say my full name. I don't give a shit.
Matthew Soupman,
That's not my name.
Alex Salsa Boy,
Hold on, how'd you know my real birth name?
Evan Hansen, Joe Swatter,
Please, his real name's Joe DiMaggio.
Tom Brady Boy Bunch,
Brady Boy Bunchman?
It's Welsh.
and Richard the Lionheart. Richard the Lionheart.
Reborn.
Reborn.
Tom Brady Boy Brunchman.
Tom Pretty Boy Bunchman. Totally not made up at like the drop of a hat.
Nope, certainly
so
not.
Definitely not.
Meanwhile, Seth has just ingested Gnomeblight.
I'm just
All
gonna.
right.
I'm actually gonna put that down for this campaign I'm planning. There's now gonna be a Tom Brady.
Tom Brady Boy Bunchman.
You cut out at the end there.
All right, so because you know you have a smaller physique than the other people here, I would like you to make a Constitution save with disadvantage because you are taking a full hit of Gnomeblight, my friend, and you are tiny. Congratulations, you are now addicted to Gnomeblight.
Nice.
So you lap up the Gnomeblight, and the world seems to go out of focus. Everyone else, you can just see this cat's eyes just going absolutely nuts. Each pupil is contracting and expanding independently of each other.
Oh dear.
And you look at the mad scribblings on the wall, and you finally understand them. You can tell from from his ramblings that in about 1 week time, the grand mirror that will be presented at the ceremony will bring about something dark and terrible. What it is, he doesn't know, but he knows it's going to be bad. And the one phrase that is written everywhere is just "breath on the glass, breath on the glass."
So we gotta make sure nobody breathes on the mirror.
Which mirror, though?
Shatter it.
We'll break every mirror in the city.
That seems
No,
like a
it has
possible solution.
It's being presented to someone as a gift. You just
And-
need to watch out for
So we'll
And-
break it.
And finally, at the end of the footnotes, is a single question: shatter or whole? Question mark.
Okay, I have an idea.
First of all,
First of all,
Is it
none of you know this
possible this-
information. Richard,
Only the cat does.
oh,
Richard,
yeah.
please make a charisma check to accurately parlay this information without sounding absolutely mad.
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah, he passed.
He passed.
Yeah, so
Yes.
please relay this information to the rest of the group if you would please.
So you know that festival that's coming up? Oh,
Actually,
yes.
who here knows about that festival?
Let's
Yeah.
all roll for it.
Actually,
Kenku?
I already-
It's been the talk of the town. Everyone knows about it.
Okay, so I'll just be like, yes.
Well, there's gonna be a mayor. That mayor is a piece of shit. Alright? And it's gonna be
Well-
given to someone as a gift. Like this grand unveiling. He's afraid of something about breath on the glass. I'm guessing it's on the glass, the mirror. And his final footnotes are like shatter or whole.
could have something to do with the glassy waves.
Or the glass on
Right. So, what we need to do is we need to find the mirror.
Motorcycle.
Oh no, sorry. There's my brother's doing power tools downstairs, and I guess it picked it up.
Yeah, it really picked it up.
It's probably because like I have a vent that goes right down to the basement.
That'll do it.
So
That'll
you
do.
might just hear that. But anyways, where was I? Oh yes. So what we need to do is we need to figure out this mirror that's going to be presented in some big ceremony and make sure nobody breathes on it.
Easier said than done.
What if it comes from
Yeah,
the
I'll
other
say.
side of the mirror?
So we need to find a mirror that has breath on the glass from the inside.
We need to find some sort of magic mirror that has something dark and terrible.
Well, first we're going to deal with the drugs. So the rest of the gnomes. Guys?
The rest of the
What
gnomes.
should we do with them?
Well, I've tied up these 3. So I suppose it's up to you two to go knock the other 2 out. Then we'll tie them up as well, and then we'll just tell the guard about this and get a nice little bounty.
All right, I
So
vote
we're
we
just
send in the
leaving
stealthy
on.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I point to Tom's character,
Svendel.
Svendel. I'll get it eventually, I swear.
It'll take time.
Svendel and Seth.
It'll
I
help
point to
once
both
we
of them.
actually. It'll actually help once we know each other's names in game.
Yeah, so I say, you know, the
Elf.
yes, the human-looking fellow with the pointy ears and the talking cat,
I'm
the
an
pink
elf.
skin with the pointy ears, the talking cat. You go upstairs, knock out those gnomes, then we'll come up and tie them up.
Aren't they already sleeping?
Well, yes, but you're going to make sure that they stay asleep.
Sounded vaguely threatening.
Make sure they stay asleep.
Make sure they stay You gotta make sure they stay asleep.
Make sure that
Forever.
up. Tomorrow's never gonna come, if you know what I'm saying.
There.
Mr.
Because the opening
Sandman.
just stopped.
What I'm saying is, you're going to make sure they don't wake up.
Dost thou
Ever.
bite thine thumb at me, sir?
I bite my thumb at you, sir.
I bite my
I don't
thumb,
wanna
but not at you,
yell.
sir.
I want to do
Alright.
the Romeo plus Juliet opening, but I want to scream.
Come on,
Which
Cat,
one of
let's
us?
go.
Yeah.
God, that opening's such a masterpiece.
It's so great. It lets you know exactly what you're in for.
Like,
So,
it's too over the top.
Like- Oh man, what kind of movie am I getting into? It's like, oh, okay, cool. The best movie ever made, clearly.
But,
Oh God, the guns named swords.
And
Kind of be my long sword.
it's fucking rifle.
Just to make sure we're all on the same page, are you guys talking about that one really weird movie of Romeo and Juliet with like the futuristic guns and all that?
The high octane action adventure love story, Romeo plus Juliet, directed by Baz Luhrmann.
I think we're talking about the same thing.
Of course.
Yeah, that weird '90s one.
That amazing 90s one that I have on Blu-ray. And it's like watching
have
color
it?
for the first time.
Yeah, we're
Oh, yeah.
we're not talking about like the street hip hop version. Like
No,
this was
we're talking about
this was a full cinematic masterpiece.
we're talking about the one with Leonardo DiCaprio.
From like before he made it big.
Like a few years before.
Like right before Titanic. Like I think like literally came out a couple months before Titanic started
No,
filming.
no. Basketball Diaries came out before that, and he was in that. But
Yeah,
this
but was that
like,
but that didn't make him big.
no, but that's when he got signed on to Titanic, and then that movie's budget got pushed up,
Oh my gosh.
like extremely. But yeah,
It paid off.
yeah. Oh yeah, it did. Look at it now.
Shall we get back to the game?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
it.
good. Because I have a cat in my face now.
Oh, okay.
Like in
Oh,
real
which-
life.
which
not
one?
pictured. Belle.
Hi, Belle.
Meow.
Tell Belle that I said she's a sassy bitch.
Yeah, sassy bear.
A sassy bitch.
All right.
Anyway.
So where?
All
are
right, Cat. Shall we take care of the ones upstairs?
I mean, we might as well.
All right. Cat and
I
I,
ha-
head upstairs.
I half expected him to say, "We might as well, pointy ear."
Or, you know what? I'm going to follow them, but not leave the silence so that I know when to break it.
Okay.
Also, you're talking about the silence now. It just made me think of Doctor Who.
The silence.
Shh.
No, that's not quite it.
I don't watch Doctor Who.
Basically,
I
the way that they
assume
work
that-
is that when you're not looking at them, you forget they exist.
So they're always in the corner of your mind, and
Yeah.
they can tell you
They can
to
suggest
do something.
things
They
to
can-
you, essentially.
they
Kind of like
can
hypnosis.
They can hypnotize you and make you and implant an idea in your head, and then when you look away, you forget it was them that gave you the idea.
Inception. Oh my god.
Ah.
I was
And then
just
they-
talking about Inception.
And there's
I
like
should
a
go-
whole arc.
I should go to the store and buy eggs. You feel like buying milk. Wow, good thing I had the idea to buy milk.
Yeah, exactly. Except that they're using it to run a shadow government all over the United States and push humanity to do the moon landing and go into space so that way they can fight the Silence's enemies or some shit.
It's a little different than telling people to get milk.
Yeah, no, in this case they're like, hey, you should go land on the moon.
Hey man, wanna do some lunar landings?
And then the doctor
Hey
fucks
kid,
him up.
hey kid, got some solid jet fuel engines?
And then the doctor fucks them up by fooling them into saying, you must kill us all. You'll have to kill us all.
Well,
you
it was,
must
it
kill
was
us
on,
all on sight. That's what it is.
It was.
Yeah,
it
you
was,
must kill us all on sight.
It was
and
on
then-
a broadcast of the moon landing, so it
So
went
that
out to like
everybody-
everyone.
Because everybody will fucking watch the moon landing footage at some point, and then they'll kill any Silence that are in the room, because they'll just have the, command to kill the Silence.
Well, that's fucked
Also,
up. What if
A
the
bit late for
silence
this,
like
But spoilers for Doctor Who.
what if the silence like fully
Five
in,
seasons ago now. wasn't
That
it?
episode aired in like 2012, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
6
forgetting
years.
exactly
6
which
years is
season
definitely
it is,
5
but-
years is more than enough time. So 6 years is more
That's
than enough.
well beyond the statute of limitations for
Yeah,
Doctor Who
If they
spoilers.
haven't watched it by now, shame on them.
that seems kind of fucked up though. Like, what if the silence like eventually managed to integrate into human society, and then like some like a couple of a silence and a human get together, like, you know what? Let's watch the moon landing, and then they just kill their significant other, and they just have no idea why.
Yeah, but then
I
they'd forget
don't
that
really
they
think
had the
that-
significant
that-
other in the first place because they'd forget the Silence existed.
Yeah, no.
That's
Every time
even
they
more
looked away
fucked
from
up.
them, they would forget.
So they wouldn't have ever gotten a significant other because they would have gone on like a date and then forgotten about them later.
Yeah, that's true.
So we may have gotten a bit off track.
Damn it! That
Just a little.
motherfucker ghosted me.
No, the Silence is like, haha, once again, success, and then like he gets to get laid without having to deal with any attachments.
The ultimate one night stand.
The ultimate one night stand eternally. He could have a one night stand with the same person.
For eternity.
Well, this has gone to an interesting place.
This is a dark level. This is
Yeah.
dark. Because you've got
What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. Oh right, you're gonna knock out the guys.
That is where we were.
Well, I assume that as the person casting Silence, I've got some kind of intuitive idea of about where it ends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of the Silence from Doctor Who.
What's it about?
Continuing on.
But yeah, I assume I've got an idea of where it ends.
Yeah, because you placed it.
Right.
You
So I'm
cast
gonna
it. You know where it
stand
is.
pretty close to the edge of it. I can see when they're done knocking them out, so that we can just call the people in.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So
Alright,
that I figure that way, if I'm perfectly silent and they're asleep, I feel like I can kind of get away with not rolling for stealth.
Mhm.
'Cause that worked
Alright,
out so well last time.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, that's fine.
Do we have to do a stealth check to approach them to knock them out?
Yeah, because they are asleep, but they can still hear you. However, it's gonna be very difficult for them to hear you, so you have advantage on these stealth rolls.
All right. So what are we looking at?
Roll 2 d20s and take the highest result.
All right, and that goes for both of us, right?
Correct.
Can I? So I have to do 2 separate rolls, right?
Yeah, 2 separate rolls. If you want to make this like real. Okay, you can stop.
Oh.
You can stop now, Tom.
Oh,
I thought we had
wait.
advantage.
Oh, that's right. You do have advantage. My mistake. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we have
Yep,
advantage.
you're good.
It's
I
the
forgot.
better of 2.
I forgot you had advantage for a second. Like, oh god.
Okay. So doing stealth, so it's +8 for me, right?
Yeah.
Yee.
All right, that's
Yeah.
that's good enough, right?
Yeah,
I'll
that's
do
good.
the other one, but
Yeah, roll the other one just in case. Never know if you get a crit success.
no.
Oh,
They're
nearly.
slightly better. One, actually significantly better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the two of
All
you,
right.
the two of you creep up rather cat-like, and now are currently standing over the gnomes. They're sleeping peacefully.
You creep over rather cat-like, or from the perspective of the elf, rather elf-like.
No, from the perspective of the cat, he's creeping elf-like. From the perspective of the elf, he's creeping cat-like.
Yeah. Cats are always surprised by elves.
So are we knocking them out, Richard?
Yeah.
Knock him out.
How are you knocking them out, Richard? I have to ask.
That is a good question. I want to hear this.
I'm not
Aren't
gonna
they
stop.
already knocked out?
I mean, they're
They're
sleeping.
asleep. So
Karate chop paw to
we're
the
trying to knock them out to the point where we can't wake them up.
paw slap. Clearly.
I think that's called
Pressure
killing
points.
them, Evan.
Pressure points.
You know what I mean.
Pressure
Going
points.
to
Okay.
suffocate them?
How is
His face.
how is Karate Chop Paw Slap for a band name?
Yes.
Uh,
Maybe like a single.
Alex, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay, that'll go on our list of singles.
It's a single from the Karate Cats.
Guys, here's what I'm
from the
guys,
Samurai Pizza Cats.
okay.
Sorry.
Albums and
What's up, Richard? What's up?
I'm going to hold. I'm just going to suffocate the no.
Are you going to sit on his face and just like
Yes.
suffocate? Okay, great. You don't have to
also
roll. You don't have to roll for it. That's just a skill you have as a cat. Is sitting on people's faces.
I just realized that the album Karate Cat makes sense with Ball of Lions for the band.
Ball of Lions released their new album Karate Cat with the hit single
Karate
Chop Paw Slap.
I'm glad I'm keeping track of this.
Ball of lions. My God, it's a gigantic ball of lions.
and then the guitar chord starts playing like
All right, so you don't have to make an attack roll because these guys are they're sitting targets. You can't really miss. So yeah, they're both knocked out. One of them you just kind of club on the side of the head, and the other one just oxygen deprivation from being sat on by a cat.
All right, so then I take it we're returning downstairs.
If you want to,
I guess.
Well, is there anything
I'll-
else for us to do up here? Well, I guess should
there's
we tie them
two.
up?
There's 2 crates of Gnomeblight up here, and a bunch
Yeah, we
of
should take them.
non-perishables, like a
Does
bunch of
Richard
dried
have to-
meat.
Does Richard have to roll to like not go crazy with all that gnome blood up there since he's addicted now?
Yeah, that's a good point. Make a
Is there anything I can do to stop him?
Can you stop a cat?
Yes.
Can you?
Roll acrobatics.
Maybe.
Roll acrobatics to grab a hold of the cat. And
we
Richard,
don't-
you roll opposite. Alright, you need to beat a 26. Matt.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see.
Is that possible
Acro-
for you?
So let's see. All right, I got +6 on this.
Do it. Wait, why are you grabbing the
It's-
cat? I missed it.
to stop
To
him
stop
from
him
going crazy over the
getting
gnome
the-
blight.
The blight that's up there.
Shit.
You throw him at the gnome blight.
You propel him forward.
I use
you-
Svendel as a springboard.
He jumps off my head.
And you land
jumps-
you land right on top of the crate of gnome blight.
Why?
But there's one thing you forget about the crate of gnome blight is that it hasn't been opened. And you have
no
no
thumbs.
thumbs. So you are going absolutely mental.
He's scratching and clawing at
Yeah,
it.
make a wisdom save
Fervently.
make a wisdom save, Richard. If you get above a 10.
Oh.
You are going crazier than you ever would for catnip. You want to feel that smart again. You need to. Your brain feels empty without it.
Some dark shit.
Matt,
What?
can he use animal friendship on me now?
No, because you're not
No.
stupid. You're just an addict.
But
Yeah.
he feels
I just-
stupid.
Addicts are people too.
Just need to get to the temple of the gods and sort this out.
Look, if toddlers aren't animals, neither are fucking, neither are
Hold on a
addicts.
second. Hold on a second. What? Wait, let's
toddlers-
back up a second.
Well, toddlers aren't animals.
I mean, that's true.
I'm
Toddlers
making
are
a
not
reference
animals.
to the Sunless Citadel game, where you tried to use animal friendship on the baby dragon, which had the mental capacity of a toddler.
Oh.
You remember?
I wasn't there. I don't think I was in yet.
Yeah, you were. You were in Sunless Citadel. You were a druid.
Yeah,
And you
that's
tried to
right.
use animal friendship on a baby dragon, and you're like, clearly I can do this. It had the mind, it had the mental capacity of a toddler, and you tried to convince me that children had the same level of intelligence as animals and therefore could be affected.
I remember why I don't remember that. That was the night I went through like 2 bottles of wine.
It was an hour of this. I had to describe every room for like 15 minutes
What-
because I
it
had to
was
repeat
tough.
myself.
It
Wait,
was
where
tough.
are we now? All right, so where are we now?
Well,
Richard is
Richard,
clawing at
Seth
the
is currently clawing at the Gnomeblight because he just can't help himself. He just feels so dumb.
All right, can I grab him now?
He's currently distracted. You'd have a hard time pulling him away, but he's not really going anywhere. You
Okay.
could still move the crate with him on top of it. I mean, he's just a cat.
Okay,
He's not
I
that
guess
heavy.
I will move the crate with him on top of.
Yeah, you can just take a 10 to slowly move it down.
So wait, yeah, I need to roll something.
No, you don't have to roll anything. You can just take
Okay.
You can just take a 10, which just means you take as much time as needed.
Okay.
Which, you know, after only about 3 minutes, you manage to get it down safely. The slope is kind of steep, but you manage to get it down.
Why? Who is Viper? I have a question here.
You've never heard of Viper?
Viper is the greatest rapper to ever be born.
You'll cowards don't even smoke crack.
It's already in the shitposting channel.
No, wait.
You'll
Who-
cowards don't even smoke Gnomeblight.
Okay, wait. Who's the better rapper? Who's the better rapper? Viper or Stitches?
Viper released 333 albums in 1 year.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know though. Stitches. I mean, Stitches
Actually-
is hysterical.
Actually, he released 347 albums in the year 2014 alone.
Not
According
songs.
to this.
With such great
And the-
such great album titles as Cops Can't Read.
The
Kill
of-
Yourself, My Man.
The official soundtrack of Dungeons and Dataplan is anything by Viper. Listen to it as ambience.
It's fantastic.
Wikipedia has a partial discography section. Just a partial discography.
All right, let's continue on. We gotta wrap this up in about 10 minutes or so.
Okay, so we've got the gnomes knocked out.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tie them up with what's left of my rope. We're just gonna tie a big old bundle of gnomes with 50 feet worth of rope. That'll be fine.
All right, so Max has used up his rope.
Yep, but it's all still one piece. I've just put a little length between each gnome.
Now, who is not in the who's not in the statue right now? Who's in the main room?
I think everyone, right?
I think everyone's in the main room.
Yeah, well, I would
think
carry the
everyone's in the
gnomes
statue.
back down.
Okay, two of you make perception rolls.
I will make a perception roll.
Let's see. Somebody else with
I
better.
think we decided
stats
plus
should
3
probably
was
do
the second best, and there were 3 of us with that.
that.
So
Yeah.
who's
And I
down
have
there?
plus 5.
So I guess Evan has to go because he's still down there.
Okay,
11.
Well, no, we're all in the same room at this point. I mean,
All right,
honestly, I
well-
wouldn't have folled.
Don't even smoke.
Who did it last time?
So what are the perception rolls for?
I'll do one of the perception rolls.
Which one's perception again?
Perception is a wisdom.
It's under wisdom.
Okay, I'm
1d20.
plus 3 on that as well.
Yeah, but it's only 2. We're
Yeah, it's
doing
only 2 of you. Okay.
Alright.
Y'all...
Shit.
Yeah, you hear nothing wrong.
That means that there was something
That's
wrong
creepy.
to hear, and we didn't hear it.
Well,
After about a minute or so of trying to claw Seth out of the reach of the Gnomeblight, the wall you entered in suddenly bursts.
Oh,
ah,
no.
shit.
And
Who's
there,
coming?
and there you see, amidst the rubble, are 3 gnomish tanks.
Oh, mother.
Fuck!
And
All
we'll
the
do
gnomes
this.
are in the.
And we'll do this combat next session.
time.
Cliffhanger.
Oh boy, we have something to look forward to.
Well, the good news is that they're all just tanks, and the tanks only have slingshots, so if we just take out the slingshots, we should be fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have 3 bombs to work with.
That are all wet with sewer
Evan.
water.
I've
Yeah.
got spells. Don't worry about
They're,
it.
they're all contain like alchemist fire, which means they're all in the glass bottles. So you throw it and it explodes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's better.
Why don't we just
So-
blow up the statue and escape?
Because that would be destroying a national landmark, Richard.
Is it a
And then
national
we
landmark?
get- And then
Or is it just-
everyone hates us.
But yeah, there's no talking our way out of that one.
Then we just have
Yeah,
to
it's-
flee the
at that-
country.
At that point, it would not matter how high your persuasion roll would be. You would be brought to the slab.
Unless we run the
We
fuck
could-
away and then we flee the country never to return, which I kind of don't want to do. I like this place.
Or unless we can manipulate the tanks into blowing it up for us, so it's not our fault.
Or
I'm
we
not.
make
That's
the cat,
the crime.
or we make the cat get us out of prison.
Well, first the cat
I
needs
might
to
be
go
able to help
the
with that.
temple and
Here's
unaddicted.
here's my vote. We just gum up the tanks and chop off their slingshots.
Yeah, that's probably the best option.
Oh.
Just
I'll lay the combat zone out for you. So these 3 tanks are much smaller than the original one. They're only manned by 3 gnomes each, which
Okay.
explains why they're able to get across the really narrow sewer passages. So there's about 9 gnomes in total. 2
How
of them
big is this room we're in?
it's probably about 60 feet all around.
Okay.
That's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty big because there's a big stash of Gnomeblight sitting right in the center of it. And these
Alright.
gnomes look a lot more focused than the ones that broke into the bar.
Ah, shit. They haven't been sampling. Okay, is every gnome just secretly a criminal trying to get Gnomeblight now?
Gnomes
Is
aren't
that everybody?
gnomes aren't very common in pretty much any society because how easy Gnomeblight is to get. They're mostly off by themselves.
Are they just are all these guys just junkies?
So
Pretty
essentially,
much.
we've run into the gnome mafia.
You've essentially run into the gnome mafia.
Which appears to be every single gnome.
hey, that's stereotyping.
Alex, is it stereotyping or is this true?
I mean, it's stereotyping, but in this instance, it's correct.
Every gnome in the
one of-
city.
It's what Cards Against Humanity would call a statistically validated stereotype.
Exactly.
Fuck.
All right. Well.
So next time,
See you next time.
next
Bye,
time, the combat
everybody.
encounter will begin.
Well, at least I have my wait. The slingshots are made of wood, right?
The tanks themselves are made of a hodgepodge of wood and scrap metal. The barrels of the guns, quote unquote, are made of metal.
How
Does
far
anyone
apart are
have
they?
like a fire spell or a torch or
They're
something?
they're about 5 feet apart. They're all standing in a line.
I've
I
got
can
some.
do-
Oh,
I can do
I've got
magic
some
tricks.
wind spells.
Guys,
I've got,
guys.
ice spells.
Guys.
What?
I have this next time. I have this next time.
All right.
And we'll see you next time.